Welcome to this tutorial on variables, data types, constants in C programming. In this video, we'll explore the fundamental concepts that form the building blocks of data manipulation in C. Get ready for an exciting journey. Now, let's begin. In C programming, variables are like containers, okay? And then they hold different types of data. And it's through variables that you can store and then manipulate values during program execution. All right, so we'll start with declaration of these variables. As you see here, I've declared a variable, and then this is basically the format we use to declare variables. All right, so in this case, we declare a variable called age. Okay, and then what type of variable is this? It is an int variable, right? Or some will say an integer. So this is basically the declaration. And as we've declared it, we have initialized it as well. So we are saying that what the age is what? 25. Okay. There are so many data types we can use as variables as well. So let's now go to the data types. Now we have an int data type, we have float, we have char or character, and then bool. All right, now int, defining or declaring this variable score as an int type, to take this value, which is 90. So you would say that the int are just our normal counting numbers. Then another data type we have to really take note of is the float. The float you can call as decimals, right? So declaring this variable pi, which is of type float, we take a value 3.14, right? And then this displays as a decimal. Then when it comes to characters, single characters and all that, we use char, right? So we are declaring this variable greed to be a type char, and then this is the value it takes. So take note of the different data types and then the values they take in them. Int takes just counting numbers, float can take what? Decimals, and then char just takes letters. Then the last one, which is also very useful, is the Boolean type, and then it has been short form as what? Bool. So our variable name is passed, and it is of type bool, and then it takes two values, that is either true or false. All right, so we have declared variables for these different data types from int to what? The Boolean. Now there's also one thing we have to note when we are talking of definition of variables. There are some variables that can't be changed at all. They remain unchanged during the program execution, and we call them constant or constants. All right, so here's an example of how we declare constants. If you take note of this, you realize that this section is just the same as declaring and then initializing variables, but then what brings the difference is this we have over here. So the const keyword ensures that the value remains unchanged throughout the program. You can't change constant variables. I don't know, I shouldn't be calling it constant variables, but then we can't change constants, right? So now that we know some basic data types and then how to define these variables, how then do we manipulate them? So let's use this to illustrate that. So over here, I've declared a variable a of type int, and then initialized it to be 10. And then I've declared a variable b of type what? Int, initialize it also to be 5. Now we want to manipulate these values. Maybe you'd want to subtract, you'd want to find the sum, you'd want to find the product, their quotient and all that. So as an example, I've taken the sum, and we want to look for the sum of our int a and then int b. So the sum itself is also what? A container that is going to contain our answer, right? So the sum is also a variable on its own. So we are saying declare a variable sum of type int. And then what does it store? It stores the manipulation of these two variables, the a and then b, right? So we are manipulating a and b to give us the sum, right? So whatever manipulation technique you want to use, either multiplication, which is product, sum, and all that, it all has to do with what? You declaring it also as a variable, and then you equate it to your manipulation techniques, right? So understanding variables and then data types and then constants is very, very crucial for you to effectively use the C programming, because they empower us to store and then manipulate data. And then they also help you to work with the different values as well. Now, by mastering this concept, you can create powerful programs that solve very, very real world programs or problems, sorry. So as a final treat, let's just explore a fascinating program that brings everything we've learned in this video together. And then the name of the program I've named Sum of Two, right? So all this program does is what? It takes two numbers from a user and then looks for its sum, right? So from our previous videos, we spoke about the basic structure of a C program, right? So as you can see here, I have included the standard library, okay? And then this is my main, and I've initialized my variables. So in this program, we have a variable num1, num2, and then the sum. Now, if the program runs in the main or through the main, we want to prompt the user to enter the first number. If the program, if the first number is given, we now take it and then store it as what? Num1. This ampersand symbol you see here would explain all in subsequent videos, but for now I would want us to just understand how this program works and then illustrate what we've just done. After taking your first number, it goes on to prompt the user by saying enter the second number, right? And if the second number is given, it is stored in num2. Then we now manipulate, right? So actually in this video, we have no constant here. So we manipulate to get what? Our sum. So the sum equals what? 1 and 2. And then afterwards, we print and say what? The sum of our digits. This digit and then this digit is what? This. So our first digit is what? Num1. So the sum of num1 and num2 gives us the sum. And this our return value to prove or tell us that what the main ran successfully. So I'll compile this program and run, and then we see what happens. So gcc sum -o, then we enter. Now I'll run it, and as you can see, it is asking us as a prompt that we should do what? We should enter the first number. So let's see, let's use 56. We enter, and then we have to enter the second number. So 56, let's go for 8. Enter. The sum of 56 and 8 is 100 and what? 112. All right. So the program prompts the user to enter the two numbers. Afterwards, it calculates their sum and then just displays the results. So this is a very, very great example that combines variable, user input, and then arithmetic operations. Well, congratulations, you've learned about variables, data type, constant, and even witnessed an impressive C program in action. Keep exploring, practicing, and then building upon this foundation. So in our next video, we'll deep into operators and then expressions in C programming. Stay tuned for more exciting videos. And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, share, and then subscribe to this channel for more engaging programming tutorials. Happy coding and have a nice and a great day. Thank you.